Spam traps. Today we're going to talk about spam traps. The first type of spam trap that we're going to talk about is called the honeypot, or a pristine spam trap. These are email addresses that anti-spam companies will put out into the wild. So they will impersonate a valuable target and they will put that email address out somewhere on the web. Maybe they'll go fill out a form with it, or they'll put some sort of post in a blog with that person's email address, so that somebody who's scraping will end up picking up that email address. The only possible way then that you could have that email address on your file is if you scraped it. And that makes that kind of spam trap, that honeypot, that pristine spam trap, a 100% chance that you scraped your email. And so they use that as a very good determiner to say that this person got their list through nefarious means. The second type of spam trap we're going to talk about is an age spam trap. Now, an age spam trap is a lot different. All of the different email providers out there, Yahoo, Gmail, Hotmail, anyone like that, they have some sort of policy in place to deal with when people stop using their email. Gmail, for example, you've got 180 days. If you don't open your Gmail, don't check it in any way, after 180 days, they're going to send you an email. If you don't respond in 30 days, they will deactivate your account. Sometimes they reactivate the account for themselves to check on people who potentially are sending to email addresses that have gone dark. So if you're not doing proper list hygiene, you're going to get caught in this kind of age spam trap. And when they reactivate it, then they will report back all the people who send to that email address during the time when that now age spam trap is active. The results of all this are potentially landing on a blacklist or a block list. The blacklist is a temporary list that you're on that says that you're not following basically emailing best practices. If you don't change your sending behavior, if you don't change your list hygiene behavior, you're going to be there again, and you're going to be there again. And it will impact your deliverability for the length of time that you're on the blacklist. Beyond that is a block list, and you can end up on a block list, which is more of a permanent thing. And that happens when either you hit too many of these pristine spam traps, or if you don't change your behavior. If you're getting a whole bunch of complaints and you do nothing to change how you've been behaving, you will eventually end up on the block list, and you become a known spammer. And then your deliverability is going to go down significantly. So ultimately, we want to see you end up on none of these things. And the first step to making sure that happens is using a responsible list provider or partner who has sourced their email list in a legitimate and responsible way. Ethics and responsibility is at the heart of this conversation. Any email list that is sourced ethically and legally will not land you in spam traps. And so that should be the goal of any responsible marketer. And that should ensure, at minimum, a 97% deliverability rate. So the assignment for this week is an interesting one. I'm going to put up 5 email addresses. And those 5 email addresses, I want you to try and figure out which of the 2 there are spam traps. That was your spam trap quiz. See you next time on DMD Dialogue.